Hello everyone. As you know, we've recently crossed 1100 on chess.com on our speedrun account, and we want a legacy. We want an opening named after us. Recently, we've gone to this website called openingtree.com, and it actually sort of analyzes all your games, and we looked at it to try and develop a custom cowardly opening for us.
As you can see, we've played all kinds of openings on the first move, but look at that, G3 with 25
We are
games
scoring
played.
through the roof with G3.
This is a concrete refutation of Chad moves like E4.
You've
on
probably
move one.
heard people like Bobby Fischer,
Lame.
Magnus Carlsen
Cancelled.
say like E4 is the opening they like the most. Clearly they're wrong though. It's just worse than G3. So we're not even going to look at other lines. G3 is the line we want to look into. I think we're going to start all of our white games with white with G3.
Absolutely makes sense.
So our custom opening that will ultimately be named after us will start with that. So we mostly get, in response to this, E5.
True.
Fools, claiming the center.
And we also were playing a little poorly in the past. We hit him with bishop G2. What are we going to do next?
G2, it's a little committal,
Yeah.
right? It's saying, these center squares, I want to have a little control over them. We're not about that.
Not at all.
So here's the revolutionary thing. We found a little nugget here. It's a very rare move, so our camera is covering it.
Deep in the depths
Deep
of the
in
opening
depths of
tree.
theory.
The roots of the tree, if you will.
Knight H3. It actually does not score as badly as you might think. So we love it. The most common response to knight H3, as you can see here, is D5, claiming the center, right?
Who needs it?
So you might think here, well, maybe bishop G2 now. Actually, no, because if they capture your knight here, and this is true, I'm not joking, you would say you play this.
God forbid.
Say you play this and they capture your knight. Now you had to move your bishop twice. So
True.
it's still actually good for white, but we don't like that. It's not moving towards a fun structure. So in this position where they're claiming the center, we're claiming these squares.
Ooh, claim the side,
We
baby.
want these squares. They can take the center all they want. We want our little nook, if you will. We figured like the most sensible response for our opponent would be like developing one of the knights.
Yeah, let's go knight
So
C6.
if they develop the knight, like,
Or
hey,
F6.
I want a castle. We're going to do the revolutionary move, knight F2. We're claiming this opening. This was sort of the point of F3.
Right.
We're trying to create a little hovel for a hovel.
A little hovel.
I think we could call this maybe the hovel system. I think that's maybe.
Yeah,
I
love that.
So knight F3. What might they do? What's the most annoying thing they could do? Well, I thought this is kind of annoying.
That is
right?
kind of annoying. But what do we do here? We do another little cute little move.
And now,
Not bishop G2 yet. We do a little E3 chub, right?
right, because you can imagine a future where our king castles and is on G1, and we've got this bishop pinning the knight. Very
Not nice.
annoying. So this
Sublime.
is the response.
Yes.
And it also creates a lot of potential for closing the position.
Which we love to do.
We love that. So what is an annoying thing Black could do here? They could push a pawn forward. But in response to that, I think we just take, and I don't think we really expect them to do this very much, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I think most people will castle here, and it's not concrete. We're gambling a little bit on what we think people are going to be doing.
Whoa, a gambler.
But that's, we're playing hope chess. The channel is all pawns, all hope. Now, we've got the bishop sort of biting on
the shoddy mud brick walls of our
the
hovel.
bishop is biting on the walls of the mud brick walls of our hovel. So we can only now fianchetto our bishop into the roof of our hovel.
Yeah, but that's where the bishop likes to be the best, closest to God.
So now, if they push fourth in the center, there's a number. If they push forward with this pawn,
Close them.
we close it. We close it up. Yeah, white scores very well here, as you can see. From the opening position, white scores lower than like 49%. So we've improved on the opening position. If they push this, we actually win a pawn.
True that.
So the position is not like the most comfortable. It's not the most cowardly, but as you know, we like material.
Yeah.
So this is justifiable to us. But that's solved.
I
Those
love
two
it.
moves solved. We figured them out.
Solved.
If they play one, we just win. That's how I understand it. This is sort of the ultimate setup we've got going on here. Let's say they develop a knight, whatever, developing. We castle. You might think D3. D3 gets a little
We've
uncomfortable.
looked at D3 and we're deciding no.
We're deciding against it. It sort of undermines the wall of our hovel. We like this pawn wedge here getting in the way of the bishop.
This is say our poor bishop got very rich and decided to expand his hovel. Our bishop's not getting rich.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
keeping him on just a pittance.
The hovel's
basically.
getting too big.
Too big for its own bridges.
More of a bungalow.
Yes.
We don't want a bungalow. We want
No
a hovel.
bungalow. We want a hovel.
Okay. So
Grovel in our hovel.
This sort of structure here is ultimately what we are aiming for every game.
Yes.
Okay, with white.
And from here, our ideas are going to be a little bit more fluid. We can go for some b3, bishop b2 action. We can go for some...
We also have some classic queen e1, queen d1, queen e1,
yes.
queen
Queen
d1,
D1.
queen e1, queen d1, queen e1, queen d1 kind of ideas.
Right. Those are
Classic.
solid...
Classic cowardly ideas.
Yeah. The queen's just throwing that ass around.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Jiggling from side to side.
If we can make enough of a reputation, maybe we get our names attached to it. Right now
I'd
it's
love
named
to.
after apparently every Hungarian ever.
Right.
A little too broad.
So they'll probably end up calling this two anonymous Canadians living in Vancouver opening.
So the two anonymous Canadians living in Vancouver opening. Yeah, with black, it's the same thing, right?
Yes.
So let's flip the board here. How do I flip the flipping boardy? The flipping board's not flipping-y.
Let's load our data.
Let's load
and
our data
see-
and take a look at how we perform with black. Okay?
Yeah, what is the best opening as black?
So when
Let's
we're
see.
playing black, we mostly face e4. When the opponent plays e4, they get dumpstered by g6.
G6.
If we respond with e5, saying, hey, this whole center idea kind of makes
Yeah,
sense to
yeah,
us, we get dumpstered.
People say, ooh, good, e4, e5. Every beginner should play it? Nah.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Concrete refutation, guys.
And
Concrete
actually, if you look
refutation.
at all the games ever played, e4, e5... Okay, that's actually kind of good. Never.
Okay.
Let's just
Edit this out. Edit this out.
The real reason behind why we play poorly with e5 is because we play e5 and then we start playing cowardly.
Yeah.
So we've thrown a pawn into the center and then we try and huddle.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. We're going to go for the same system we have with white.
Yeah.
Except we're down a tempo.
Yeah.
So in this position, we've normally faced d4, like people trying to claim the center again.
And we've gone with b6 with 100% success in the past.
We've had success with b6, but it's not creating a hovel.
That's true.
Right? We looked at a lot of different things. We looked at this line where they can kick the knight and it can go on a long.
No, it can go F.
But the move,
could, yeah,
the
yeah.
purported move is there.
Right. Then c4.
We tried this, but then you kind of run into trouble with it getting traded out.
You got a knight fianchetto, which is aesthetically pleasing.
We could do this. The other line is like if we leave it out there, things get messy. We don't like
get
it.
dirty.
Yeah, the whole kingside gets opened up.
We like a clean hovel.
Yeah,
This becomes a
we
dirty.
want a clean hovel. Yeah,
A dirty hovel.
We're not going to go for any moves like that. If they capture, this is actually good for us.
Yeah.
So we see black is scoring above 50% in most things white in response to basically anything white does. So that's very good for black because by default black scores like 46%, 45%. So we've already made an improvement. In response to the most sensible move that we'd probably face a lot, people just developing so they can their knight so they can castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we found that actually the hovel creating move is actually the best scoring move. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Knight
If
C3.
if they respond again, just normal developing moves, or
We tuck,
if they I don't know, this could be kind of annoying.
but that's the same idea as before.
But then again, if
E3.
in response to this, e6,
e6, sorry.
we create the hovel,
Mm-hmm.
and if they castle, we're creating the hovel. Again, we're down a tempo, but we're still just aiming for the same position. And black is actually scoring pretty well if we can create this position. Again, if they sort of attack our hovel,
We could close it.
we could close the position. That's actually
That
fine.
actually scores better.
If they attack with d5, what was our... I think we close it.
we close again,
Yeah,
yeah.
we close again.
This is the exact same thing, basically.
So it's really the same. We just don't happen to have the bishop on g2 yet,
Yeah.
which doesn't change a ton.
No.
So yeah, this is what we'll be doing with black, and apparently it's called the Norwegian Defense. More like Yeswegian Defense.
See ya in the next Coward Chess speedrun video.
We
boys
could
and
always
girls.
edit this out